Okay, the question was about sterioisomers. So the question: classify isomers and briefly write their significance to the anesthetics in drugs used in anesthetics. So we make a mnemonic for this because it's hard to remember. So what you remember is you got this guy running, okay, and the way so he runs a structural program, um, and then he gets taunted by a dog, and the dog chases him, and then he's wearing these weird geometric optical glasses. It actually falls and ends up going to the emergency department, and he looks in the mirror. He looks in the mirror for a mirror check, and the mirror for some reason goes dark. It gets polarized by the light and so on, and then he looks fat in the mirror. Okay, so that's our mnemonic. How are we going to make that appropriate to our conversation here? So isomers, which are what chemical, the same formula but different structures. So isomers gets split into structural isomers and stereoisomers. Structural isomers are someone running, so you got static and dynamic. So the same chemical but different bond. Okay, and when he runs, he feels different. Same chemical but different bond. He feels different when he runs, right? He just feels different. And that's permanently different bond structures. So in that sense, we have enflurane and isoflurane. So you have low blood pressure, low MAC, low blood gas partition coefficient. So even though they're the same isomer, they have different bond structures. So he bonds when he's running. So as we see, he has a different bonding experience when he runs. So what is permanently different but bond structure? So they permanently have a different bond structure. And then we have the dynamic, which is where the dog is taunting. The dog is taunting, so it's a tauntamizer, and makes him run away. And so the bond depends on the physical environment. So you got medaz, which where the pH is less than 4, it opens. How do you remember that? So like it's too acidic, and the door opens. Okay, so it's too acidic, the door opens. pH greater than 4, it closes, and becomes lipid soluble. So when it's acidic, it's ionized and the ring opens, the door opens, and it's not lipid soluble, right? But when it's closed, the door's closed, but it's unionized and it is lipid soluble. All right, and then the thiopentone is the opposite. Remember that. So how do you remember it? It's quite easy. So the door's open, right? If the door's open, then it's going to be ionized, but it's not lipid soluble. Because whenever the anything that's ionized and it's not lipid soluble, it's just easy, right? Okay, anyway, so then back to our guy. His name is Isaac or whatever, because isomers. You have stereoisomers and they're geometric. Why are they geometric? Because his glasses are geometric. So you look at his glasses and they look geometric, and they also his sister gave it to him. And why we remember that his sister gave it to him, as you can see, his sister gave it to him, is because you have cis and trans and cis trans. So trans is when they're on opposite, cis is on the same side, and that's mivacurium. So it's a dissimilar group attached to a CC, unable to rotate freely. Then you have optical, because we said he's wearing glasses, which are more than one chiral. And then he falls, he goes to ED, ED, so enantiomers and diastomers. Now, it's very interesting with enantiomers. When he goes to ED, he looks into the mirror, okay, and then he has ketamine. There's also tramadol, whatever. So ketamine and tramadol, bup are all RNS, and we know that. They mirror images, but they're not superimposed. The interesting thing is that when he looks into the mirror, it becomes dark from light. So what we know is that it basically, oh wait, that's the wrong picture, sorry, this is the actual picture. So D and L, and from the rotate to polarized light, and you also have the molecular weight, which is an RNS. That's why he looks fat, because molecular weight. Okay, there's just something to remember, the D and L and the RNS. And then diastomers is the opposite, where it's not mirror image, and that's atracurium. So then he actually gets intubated, I don't really have that, but he starts getting intubated. No mirror images at Tricurium.